welcome to the broadcast. My name is Richard Cunningham. Thank you to all our viewers who are tuning in every week. Listen, I want to thank you so much. Those who are watching through the social media, those who are watching through the Sky channel, there's various programs that we're doing, and it's a privilege to be on your screen right here with a book review, a special book review, and always we are reviewing a book by Dr. Robert Peprah-Gyamfi. Now, for those who don't know, Dr. Robert Peprah is a Ghanaian-born medical doctor, GP, right here in the UK. He's a preacher, he's an author of books, he's a human rights campaigner, but also is the founder of Heaven and Earth International Ministries right here in the UK. Now, I'm privileged to have Doctor. Welcome.
Welcome.
You know, we're always reviewing books week by week.
Yeah.
And I know because you got a lot of books.
Yeah, I've got a lot of books.
Many books. And for those who have been watching the program, you know very well Dr. Robert has, my goodness, over 27 books and 50 more to release. So we have a lot to go through too.
That's correct. That's correct.
And today we are here to review a very unique and I believe a book that is dear to your heart.
Yes.
And because this is a letter to your dying mother. It's a very personal, book to you. Yeah. Surviving in the West, an abridged edition.
Yeah.
Please tell us a little bit more about this book, please.
Yeah, I came from a little village called Peprah-Gyamfi to study medicine in Germany.
Yes.
And there is a clash of cultures.
Yes.
You move from a little village and you come to Europe, a different situation.
Completely.
And my wish was to eventually invite my mother to come and have a look at what the situation here in Germany was.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I got the news that she was seriously unwell, and I didn't even have the means to go.
Wow.
So in the way of just coming to terms with that, I just decided to write a fictitious letter to send to her in her dying bed to explain to her or to narrate what she would have expected if she had ever made it to Europe.
Wow.
Yeah.
So in a nutshell, this narrates the lifestyle in the village in Peprah-Gyamfi compared to the Western lifestyle.
Yes.
My God. But obviously this is referring to your mother.
You know, I talk about, for example, one of my chapters said, my first experience in a deep freezer.
Oh my goodness. In the cold.
I was used to African weather, 20 degrees, 30 degrees. Yes. Even during our childhood days, there's a weather pattern in Ghana around Christmas time. Yeah. It gets to around, let's say, 20 degrees.
Yes.
And we are freezing.
Yes.
20 degrees plus.
My goodness.
So when you came, it was a very big change. So I was trying to explain all these things to her and how you live our lives. You live in an open society.
Yes.
And in the West, each one for himself and God for us all. So, and my mother was just open. Person who was also very open. I was moving from every place to every place. But I was telling her that if you had come to Europe, like in Germany, you have to be restricted to where you live. You can't just go to a neighbor and then say hello unless you give a call or you make an appointment.
Got you.
Yeah.
Now, this book, by the way, for all the information on the screen, for those who want to have a look at this book and review it and purchase it, is go to www.peprah-gyamfi.com or .org, whichever it is. It will lead you straight to this particular one. Now, what I want to do is to go through some of the chapters.
Okay.
Because we're here to review and to see the cracks of. We want to get deep into the book. And see what it is. Now, very interesting. When I was going through, I want to jump to. There was something very interesting you have mentioned in chapter 23. Let's have a look at it now. Chapter 23.
The concept of aburochire.
Yes.
Aburochire is our terminology for the Western industrial countries.
Yes.
So when you are living in a place in Ghana, then you think of the word aburochire.
Okay.
And you have aburochire.
I'm learning tree.
And I was explaining to her that we have that thinking that life in Europe is like everything is so easy and that manna is pouring from heaven. My goodness. And I was citing an example to her of a student who came for exchange from Ghana to the medical school where I was. And within 2 weeks of coming, he was getting letters from family asking her with a lot of requests to purchase this and that. But he was a mere student who was living on somebody's goodwill, you know, it was a scholarship. So I was trying to tell her that we have this expectation, and that is not how it is. That things are not as easy as we think it is.
You know, a lot of, you know, I'm from Uganda. A lot of my family, as soon as they hear London, as soon as they hear UK, you think you're swimming in money, send us money and all that. So their concept of, you know, of the Western world is completely different.
Completely different.
You know, yes, it's a wealthy, you know, everything is good, but at the same time, it's not as easy. As
you have to pay your bills.
You have to pay your bills, and life is tough, you know.
I tell myself I'm addicted to paying bills. Every time, bills.
All the time
bills.
You know, there's a lot of people also returning back home. A lot of people, you know, from Africa, from whatever countries, most people now, many people are returning back because you know what, there's no place like home. So it's quite interesting. Now, let's jump also to another one, just page 48. Now, that's chapter 9. Yeah. My first experience of life in the deep freezer.
It's you can imagine it. I came to Europe at that time in May. It was in May, and the spring was quite good in Germany. It was it's not so bad. As I was saying, it was not so bad because only October thing was very cold. But wait and see, then it came October, November. And you know, in Germany, it's more cold. It can very cold, very cold. And you know, my mother was she didn't like anything which was very cold, even frozen fish. Wow. She couldn't touch it. So I was telling her that if she had made it to Europe, maybe the best time for her would have come in summer. But in Europe, so I was telling her that my first winter, I had to put on a lot of pullovers, to keep myself warm.
Oh my goodness.
So I tried to explain the situation to her.
Okay. Now, verse interesting, page 76, I beg your pardon, which is chapter 16. It says, when the gray hair began to appear.
Yes. You don't have old people's home. You know, back home. So that was a culture shock to me. When I came out, I came as an asylum seeker, and initially they sent us to get some jobs in residential homes to go and help. I was surprised to see that the old people have been put aside, alone, though they were being cared for. And I was telling her that in her age, she had all the grandchildren around. Yes. It was a big family, African family.
But here now they've been excluded.
If it was here, she would have been excluded. And I was telling her that as far as I'm concerned, I don't want to experience that situation. So when the grey hairs begin to appear, I'll be just packing my bag and going back home.
My goodness.
And I just want to make a point now. In the current situation, I had a BBC discussion recently in view of the COVID-19 situation. Yes. Yeah, because it hit the old people's homes very hard. And if you ask yourself, so many years ago, something like that was not in Europe. These old people's home. We have civilized to the point where you think we cannot cope with the old people because everybody is for himself, everybody has to struggle to survive. So that's where our civilization has brought us. So I was trying to explain to my mama.
Okay. Wow.
Still on the project of poverty alleviation at Birim North District in Eastern Region. Pintimpi is the village. I am here with a gentleman and I would like to know something about himself. Me watch you.
Yeah, na.
Apom.
Nyame adom. Won so ho ye.
Nyame adom me ho ye. Me ho me ra ho.
Ora be ho. Ma ora ho.
Pese wo ka bibi kakra fa ho che me.
Yo, am say me ye frame me Obare Samson Obare. Mpenti bi kuromu ha na me fi. Ye o me 1959. We were school Nyafumai the last time. Na kuyeduma na me na me wa.
Say we didn't fear say.
Oh, me was 66 years.
Na how many years in here?
I can't miss 6 years in it.
Ana who be bia.
Me who be bia, me and me fool me yem be bia.
Na obetna buying abwa pen.
Okay. By America, crab, you are some bad boy and no money are then so. You so.
That's a say we are then Didi.
Omo boy America crack. We ban no abreme sika kakra. Bessie be a 5 CDB and I'm a de atomic one any. And no one am at home, I say.
See what this CM one tiration.
My this year, dear, may walk of head and walk right home at it, and yet.
And let's jump. We're looking at now page 107. Now 107, which is chapter 24.
Yes.
A query about the remains of African elephants.
Yes.
Before I let you continue, elephant I'm from Uganda. I'm a Luo speaker. Luo.
Yeah.
So elephant is our symbol.
Okay.
In our flag. So elephant is very significant.
It's right. Yeah.
So I was very intrigued when I saw, a query about the remains of African elephant. What is the news about?
Yes, it's a very interesting story.
Yes.
One day I was just walking on the street of Hanover, and I had an appointment. I was very busy. So when I was walking, two gentlemen, they were funny. They came to me and said, "Hello, my friend. Where do you live with African elephants?" And I told him, my friend, when it was my first elephant I saw in my life, I saw it in Berlin, in Europe. I didn't see any elephant.
No, I'm not in Africa.
But because I was an African, he wanted to associate me with elephants. So this is just one of the funny chapters that I told my mother about the experience that I had.
It's good to get such a warm, funny, remarks, from such a book. It's very interesting. It's a very personal, letter to your dying mother.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have some, really light, heartwarming testimony or light-warming stories that you're experiencing in the UK and in the Western.
Yes.
Yeah, very, very interesting. Now, time is on our hand.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of books that we're previewing.
Yes.
Yes. I want to jump to page 127. Page 127.
Yeah.
That's chapter 32.
Yeah. Okay. What about the blessed companions of? I just wanted to.
Oh, that's 117.
Yeah. I just wanted to.
Okay.
I want to pass a comment on that.
Okay. That's page 112.
Yeah.
A free ride on the German highway.
No, that's the blessed companion of our race. Okay,
that's page 109 then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
The blessed companions of our race.
Yeah. I want to talk about that one.
Yes.
One of my friends, he told me when I was in Berlin, he said, "Have you visited a veterinary clinic before? Veterinary clinic, yeah." And so people come there with their dogs and
cats and
they do surgery. They do, of course. You like the animals, of course. But compared to our situation, where people may not have anywhere to any medical treatment.
Yes.
So I was telling my mother that in some situations, even these animals are more blessed than. And there were some situations where some people even buy golden rings, necklaces for their dogs, and
they leave their will to the dogs and the cats.
Yes. So that's that. I wanted to highlight that chapter. That's yes.
My goodness. Okay, that's good. Let's also jump to the page that I was, our final one, which is page 127.
Yeah.
Which says, "Farewell, kind-hearted, bold, and outspoken old woman."
Yeah. So that was my farewell. My farewell to her. For he was very. She was very kind. Everybody has good memories of them, but I think I learned her. I always say that if she had got the chance to go to school, because at that time Ghana was the Gold Coast, and education was not free or compulsory as it became after independence. I think I had a chance for education. I thought she would either become a journalist or a human rights campaigner, for affairs of women's affairs. Because she was always forthright. Whatever she thought on her mind, she said it. I remember, just before. In 1969, we had an election in Ghana.
Yes.
Okay. And after the election, the MP who won in our constituency bought some small salt, table salt.
Yes.
And passed it and went around giving to the villagers.
Yes.
When they came to us, take the salt away. I didn't vote because of salt. Oh my goodness. I voted for development my community, not for salt. So anyway, that is the tribute that I paid to her in the last chapter.
The last chapter, which is very interesting. Now, Doctor, I want to find out, and the viewers are probably wondering. Now, you wrote this wonderful book, to your dying mother. What do you want to achieve from such a story? The viewers, there's some. I've lost my mom a year ago, and it's quite tragic. I have to say farewell to her. Yeah. Now, what do you hope to achieve from such a tremendous book? Yeah,
okay. At that time, it was just a way of just coming to terms with the fact that I was not able to invite her to Europe.
Yes.
But now, as we set up our charity, like campaign against poverty, I'm just trying to highlight it, and if the viewers who want to purchase it,
yes.
The greater part of the profit will go to the development of the little village.
Fantastic. But also, I know very well that, you see, we have to learn to spend time with our moms. The young ones are watching. Yeah. This is an encouragement. We are not here forever. You might, we don't know how old your mother is, but, your dad is. I believe this is calling for family time, family togetherness. And, it would be nice for those who may be living here and your parents in Africa. This is a perfect time to think about going to visit home, to go and visit home and see the life that perhaps you came from. And those who are born here, we encourage you to find out where your parents are born or where your grandfathers parents are born. And this book is really encouraging. That's the purpose of this book. But obviously, again, this is to, all of this revenue is to raise awareness for the greater campaign. Yeah. Because I believe you have a charity.
Yeah, the campaign against poverty.
That's right. So all the proceeds of these books, the sale of these books, goes to that charity.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes, so we like you to be part and parcel of this great vision. You can purchase this from the website, Peprah-Gyamfi.org or .com.
It will also be on the screen.
All the information is on the screen. So, viewers, I'd like to thank you so much for this special book review. Doctor, is there any final words for the viewers, please?
The final word for the viewers is be careful with your parents. The scripture tells us to respect our parents, yes, and be respectful to them, and do whatever we can to help them so long as they are alive.
Fantastic. Great. Well, until next time, this has been Richard Cunningham and Dr. Robert Peprah-Gyamfi, the author of this amazing book, Letter to My Dying Mother, Surviving in the West. Get this copy at www.peprah-gyamfi.org. From here, me, Richard Cunningham, God bless you.
The sick, the vulnerable, and those who are physically challenged, etc., of the village in Pintimpi and many parts of the developing world are caught between a rock and a hard place. They suffer indirectly under the burden of the unfavorable trading practice of the advanced countries. Their plight is further worsened by their own greedy and corrupt leaders who squander whatever meager resources are left at their disposal. In the end, they are abandoned to their pitiful fate. Poverty Crusaders want to make a difference. Our objective is to help alleviate the suffering of individuals such as those who portrayed in the documentary through provision of direct assistance. Furthermore, we aim at poverty relief through the provisions of education, training, healthcare projects, and all the necessary support designed to enable individuals to generate a sustainable income and be self-sufficient. We are inviting you, dear viewer,
to do what you can to help achieve our set objects. For information as to how you can support our charity, please visit our website www.povertycrusaders.org. Thank you very much for your time.